got fired, reported them to OSHA, and sparked the downfall of a family business. Some time ago, I was hired as the marketing person for a family business, a fitness equipment liquidator founded by a gold medalist Olympian. After facing some mental health challenges, he delegated the business to his wife. While she didn't have much experience, she took the reins, and along with her children, they managed the operation with varying degrees of success. This is where my story begins. The first red flag I should have noticed was her attempt to circumvent the recruiter. She wanted us to arrange a side deal that would technically pay me less, but still more than I would have received without the recruiter as a middleman. At the time, I was in bed and didn't think much of it. The next issue was the deeply embedded family aspect of the business, which blurred the lines between employees and family. Their personal affairs intertwined with work life. Nonetheless, I was happy to finally be in an environment where I felt welcomed, almost love-bombed by the CEO, who treated me like one of her own children. Every morning, we shared hugs and even kisses during our meetings, as if we were all gathering for breakfast. However, meetings often devolved into brainstorming sessions, as the CEO's children and the employees were scatterbrained and hesitant to commit to any concrete plans. Consequently, I found myself going solo in marketing efforts, as no one would actively participate when it mattered. About a month into my role, I was ambushed by the CEO and her daughter, who was in charge of operations. They questioned why we hadn't achieved the growth they expected. When I explained that I hadn't received much help or participation from anyone, suddenly the blame shifted entirely onto me for everything that was wrong, why sales were down and why growth wasn't exponential. I outlined the actions I had taken and clarified that I was doing exactly what I said I would. It wasn't my fault that no one wanted to assist when they had promised to do so. Ultimately, they wanted me gone because they expected impossible results in just 3 weeks, with no budget and no help from anyone else. So I decided to leave. During my time there, I accomplished a great deal. I automated many of their manual processes, set up Salesforce and Slack, and managed Zendesk and a ticketing system. I improved their POS processes so that everything from card taps to accounting was seamless. I enhanced their overall productivity. Yet none of that seemed to matter. They demanded double the sales from just social media posts. While I was employed there, I also documented numerous OSHA violations, exposed wires in areas where customers would walk, ADA violations, customer safety issues, and forklifts operated without certification or PPE, with employees standing on forks to reach the warehouse ceiling. They used shoddy landlord approach fixes that often worsened the conditions. Making a difficult decision, I sent OSHA photos of my documentation, which I had kept in case I needed to use them. I never expected it would come to that, but it did. When I spoke with OSHA, they explained that it would take months for any actions to be taken, even with evidence. The potential penalties for the violations I documented would surely be financially crippling fines I knew they couldn't handle. After several months of periodically checking in, I finally received confirmation that action had been taken. Later, while driving past the warehouse and showroom, I saw that it had been abandoned. The letters were broken, the grass in the parking lot was overgrown, the windows and doors were boarded up, and the place looked dilapidated with a for lease sign. While I was reporting the violations, I also reached out to my realtor friend, who was exceptionally skilled. I suggested that we time it right so that, after the fines hit, she could drop literature at their door until they felt compelled to sell. Although she didn't act quickly enough, she later learned that the property had been sold and sold fast. Their website went dark, and they seemingly packed their bags and disappeared. I still can't believe it worked, but sometimes life teaches us that we can be the karma someone has coming to them. Goodbye, Amy. Wherever you and your family have gone, we're even.